Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about police and the system. Now I do want to start out and say that there are people who started out in this field, in the field of correction, and they really did it to help society. They are good people. They're trying to help, the communities. So all police officers and all people that's in the court system aren't people who's just trying to, hurt society, or all people that's in this field are not bad people. And that's not what this video is about. What this is about is the people who have corrupted the system, the people who have corrupted the justice system. They have took their authority and maxed it out to the next level, and they have severely hurt a lot of people. And we can use so many different examples, which is a shame, because so many people have had their lives taken away from police officers that were not correctly trained, or some that were correctly trained. However, they get an adrenaline. I've had a police officer say that he's a police officer not to help the community, but because of the adrenaline that comes with it. And when you have a police officer who's a police officer because of the adrenaline, then that's what is producing the shootings and the killings, because they like that type of energy. They're addicted to that type of energy. So we can definitely use Sandra Bland as one of the people who were affected by a person who obviously likes the adrenaline. And this is not to throw shots at police departments, because I am aware of that whole thing. However, in the video, you definitely hear the officer yelling at her, demanding her to put out her cigarette, and she ended up dead after being in jail, and taken to jail for a basic light. She didn't turn in when she was going to the next lane for a turning signal. So she was also a civil rights activist, and I don't know if that had something to do with the treatment behind everything with Sandra Bland. But we have to look at it. We are not being served any justices. People are getting let go free. Like the case with Trayvon Martin, his murderer, was free after, just taking his life like that, and he was young. So, the only thing that I could say is we need proper police, community policemen. We should have policemen that actually grew up in those neighborhoods, those environments, understand the families, and we should have those policemen police certain communities, because it's easier for a person who don't understand the issues of a certain community to come there and just prejudge or misjudge a situation and do some of the things that we see is being done. And a lot of times it's because the officer is fearful in a situation when they shouldn't even be. So, and that's because the background. You're taking a man from one whole different background, born and raised somewhere else, and you're telling him to go watch a whole nother place that he know nothing about. So, if we want to build any type of community policing, and if we want to stop the police brutality, then we need to hire police officers that is from the communities, and have those police officers police the communities, or police brutality will continue to go on, you guys, and which really is a systematic oppression, because even when a black person dies through whether it be police brutality or just a homicide, a lot of the times the killer is free, because the family doesn't have the money, for the proper lawyers to continue to press this case, or it's just covered up, So we have to start investing in the court system and start investing in educating ourselves, so when these things happen, people can be prosecuted. I mean, there are solutions to every problem. I just want to be a solution instead of a problem, because it is a problem. I mean, I've definitely been a victim of police brutality in Chicago. Just chilling at the beach, and the police feel like they have the authority. They're going to pull their guns out on you, and you have no warrants or anything like that. Now look at this. If a police officer has a gun and I don't have a gun, I'm automatically feeling threatened, and that means I'm not going to be able to act in the normal fashion, or in the normal fashion that I would as if it was just life on life. So I mean, we have to really stop and take things in consideration, because I'm also in Arkansas, and it was this boy in North Little Rock, which I happen to know one of his family members, or know of one of his family members, and saw the effects that it took on the family. But basically what happened is the police officer basically demanded them to get out the car, and in the videotape it looks like the police officer is throwing the young boy, he's not even 18 yet, throwing him on the ground. And the boy, it looks like after being in such of a trance, he started to shoot back at the police, and the police end up in result taking his life. A young boy who didn't get to reach his full potential in life. And I believe if proper community policing would have happened, then that boy's life could have been spared. But once again, we've had a police officer that probably know nothing about the boy, his family, and he took it upon himself to deal with that situation in that manner. So if he would have dealt with it in a more civilized manner, or just dealt with it, it a little different, it could have went different. So I mean, the police officers a lot of the time are not trying to protect and serve humans. They're there to protect and serve the law. And anybody who breaks the code or breaks the law, is basically in a violation of that. The system is not ran with humanity. The system is ran and operated solely like a machine, a computer machine. And that is the problem. That is a huge problem, because every human is facing their problems and facing their issues. And if we are trying to progress as far as on this earth, we have to change our court systems, because they are serving humanity a great injustice.